To say to people listening to this that they're like, okay, what can I do in this? How can I do my part to, you know, make a little bit of change or to step out of my comfort zone and do something against what everyone else is doing? Do you have any, like, a message for?
Oh, there's so many things that people can do. And I have to caution people, like, this trucker convoy alone is not going to save us. My case, I can't say too much about my legal case, but my one legal case is not going to save us. My actions are not going to save everyone. Ultimately, people have to save themselves, but they don't have to do it all the same way. I'm not heading to this convoy. There's other ways I can contribute to this issue. And this, like I just said, you can advocate for this large group of like-minded people to congregate and demonstrate, but they could also go out and have those conversations. And that's what I'm personally good at. I talk to people. I was doing this long before people knew my name. I was having these conversations deep in enemy territory, in the hospital and in the university. And that's where those conversations need to happen. And that's one thing you can do. You can go out and drive in these convoys and appear on Ottawa Hill. You can walk into class where you've been restricted and be arrested and accept the charges. Someone sent me a beautiful quote by Martin Luther King, and I'll paraphrase that: people that have the most love and passion and respect for the law, when fighting an unjust law, should accept the responsibilities and the punishment of fighting that law. And that was my original intent, because I never expected my name to get as much traction as it did. And I wanted to pursue it to its end. I wanted to know if we were a kind of country where we were willing to arrest and imprison people simply for attending the classes they've paid for. And I could hope that I would be a martyr in that case and that people would rally to my story. But I've got more than that, and people have rallied to the fact that simply I got arrested. And that was a line in the sand for a lot of other people. But there may be people right now that already serve jail sentences for their actions, and that's a terrifying prospect. But how much freedom do you have compared to people that sit in a jail cell if you're like me? I can't go to most places without this Vax Pass, and if this goes on, I'm going to be faced with financial penalization, and I'm going to be escorted everywhere I go. And who knows what other restrictions they may impose if we deal with this for another year or so. I think you may have more freedom in a jail cell, but I'm not asking people to go out and get themselves arrested. Just do the things that you want to do. And if you're as passionate and adamant about fighting this as I am, then do it in the way that best comforts you. Participate in these convoys, get arrested in class, go to the grocery store without a mask. The family I was with last night, they have great enjoyment from, they play along and they say they're exempt and that they have to maintain social distancing, but by being deliberately difficult and trying to claw back inches of the society we used to be, by inviting people to come close to us and to realize they're undermining their own efforts to limit the spread for the sake of social convenience. Any measure we undertake to limit the spread or to control a crisis should be socially convenient. The only social inconvenience that this virus poses is illness or death. But there's a lot of illness and death that doesn't get mentioned because of these, because of all the best efforts to restrict this. So you can appear in grocery stores without a mask, or any business without a mask. I haven't worn a mask since I was in that classroom, and I know it's so difficult for people that have these fiscal responsibilities, and they have children and they have bills to pay. And I'm only lucky in that regard that I don't have to wear a mask. But a lot of people do, because they feel like they have obligations or responsibilities to people that matter more to them than their own integrity and values in society. But ultimately, I would ask those people what kind of culture.